about Deschutes' killer Costco collab? I was devastated to learn recently that Deschutes Brewery's terrific Kirkland Signature Hell's Lager is slated for discontinuation at Costco. It's a good beer, and I drink a lot of it, especially in the summer. But on a professional level, I'm much more curious than Crush. This was, by every available metric, a very successful partnership. One that reskinned one of the Pacific Northwest First Waver's award-winning beers into semi-private label garb for the Pacific Northwest Buying Club's well-regarded beverage alcohol program. As I noted in a quick analysis on Monday for VinePair, the collaboration also served as a proof point for other craft brewers when drawing up their own semi-white label blueprints with ready retail partners, as Zero Gravity has done with Masshold Classic Market Basket and Rheingeist is doing with Kroger. Deschutes has also been making a vintage ale for Costco, and while that's also discontinued, I don't really care about it. But why kibosh Kirkland Signature Hell's Lager? I don't have any inside intel, but I do have a decade and a half of experience covering this business. And reading the tea leaves and the corporate statements, I can think of 3 possible explanations. In order of least to most likely, here they are. Explanation 1, Deschutes didn't need this. Though its CEO told distributors in a memo obtained by Craft Business Daily that depletions were up 5% without the Kirkland volume. It defies credulity to imagine that the Oregon brewery won't miss that business in the short term. By the way, I've heard rumors that that volume was between 60,000 and 100,000 barrels annually. I don't know if that's true, but if you can tell me more, bang my line. If you trust the Brewers Association's figures, which honestly I no longer totally do, Deschutes' pre-Kirkland output swung from down 11% year over year in 2023 to plus 9% in 2024, which was the first year of the Kirkland partnership. Explanation 2, Costco didn't need this. As I wrote at VinePair, maybe beer's relatively low margins compared to wine and spirits ultimately led them to conclude it wasn't worth the hassle. Costco's deep expertise in full private label, Kirkland Light notwithstanding, and rival Walmart's recent gestures towards a line of macro brand ripoffs might have been persuasive factors here. One thing's for sure, there's plenty of slack capacity out there that Deschutes doesn't control, and plenty of cash-strapped craft brewers that would be delighted to take Costco's call. Explanation 3. Neither Deschutes nor Costco really needed this. Barring new evidence, a synthesis strikes me as the most likely answer here. Costco's colossal scale and unquenchable demand certainly helped Deschutes get back on track over the duration of the partnership. But the retailer is notoriously brutal on its vendors, and while there's plenty of slack capacity in the aggregate, that doesn't mean Deschutes could easily just spin it up to improve its margin and or meet Costco's volume forecasts on its Kirkland offering in the future. Just because it was working doesn't mean it would continue to work, you know? Now, it's an open question whether Deschutes can effectively pivot Kirkland Signature Hell's Lager back to its original Prinz Crispy branding, or cook up some new identity designed to help millennial dads with strong opinions about zero-turn mowers reconnect with the beer in a post-Costco context. But as much as it pains me to admit it, it's also kind of an open question whether Deschutes should try to do that. Its fresh squeeze line is doing decently well, its non-alcoholic offering is picking up steam, and its new Riot Puncher Party Bomb hasn't bombed. Plus, it's got newfound national exposure thanks to this Costco deal, but with retailers that aren't Costco and don't demand or even expect a private label arrangement. More margin that way lies. This video was adapted from a recent VP Pro take I published at VinePair and another item that I published at Fingers. Keep up with all my award-winning coverage about drinking in America by buying a subscription to Fingers at fingers.email. Fingers is 100% reader-supported, 100% AI-free, and every subscription really counts. And finally, let me know if you enjoyed this video essay in the comments below.